The Icons of Real Estate Podcast. Are you ready to learn the proven money-making secrets from top-producing Icon agents? Ready to skyrocket your business? This podcast is for you. Tune in every week and find out how to implement proven strategies to 10 times your business. From $3 million to $30 million in just 12 months. Brought to you by the Masters in Real Estate Marketing, Arter SEO.
Welcome to the Icons of Real Estate. I'm Tim Calloway. I have a very special guest for you today, all the way from Cleveland, not Ohio, but Tennessee, Rogelio Lantigua. Rogelio, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you. Thank you. Timothy, did I say your name right?
Yeah, Timothy works. Tim works. Tyrone is my middle name. People call me Tyrone. Hey, whatever you feel comfortable with, I answer to all of it. Just don't call me late for dinner. That's a dad joke for us heavier, bigger guys. That's a dad joke. So Rogelio, I have to ask you, I ask this of everybody that comes on the show. First question I always ask, were you a young man of 4, 5, 6 years old, tugging on your parents' pant leg, asking them, how do I get into real estate? Or were you like most of us, where you just kind of fell back into
it? Yeah. Well, in 2014, I was buying a house for me and my family. And just 1 week before the closing day, I received a call from the mortgage department saying that I do not qualify to buy a house anymore.
Oh.
So that was a shock, with 4 children. Yeah. Oh. Everybody cry. I cry. So after that, I decided to be a real estate agent for the sake of help another family that don't, have the same experience that I having myself. So yeah, that's how everything started.
Yeah. So sometimes those painful experiences kind of elevate us, right? They elevate us a little bit to do better for others. I have found that. I've been through, this is not about me, but the pains and hardships I've been through in life really taught me those lessons that I try to pass on to others before it happens to them. But nobody listens. Nobody listens. They keep making the same mistakes,
That story helped me out a lot with my business, because I can explain by experience what to do and what not to do. Yeah. And as a fellow real estate agent, I was living in the apartment, and I remember that person who lived under us in the first floor, they smoke a lot. So when we went to church, people thought that we were smoking. No. So, but anyway, that smell motivate us to move quickly, to do the due diligence and do what we have to do. And 1 year later, one year and a half later, then I buy my house, but somebody else have to co-sign for us, because as a real estate agent, I will not qualify to buy the house yet. I have to have at least 2 years of in contact with a 1099 and all the stuff. So yeah, but thankfully we're moving our house. And I remember that the first year as a real estate agent, a lot of friends was asking me, Rogelio, I have a question for you. I said, okay. So how are you selling houses and you don't have your own house? And I say, well, it's a miracle. You cannot explain miracle. You qualify, be grateful, and let's move forward, And that is something that I don't take for granted. So 2015 was a big year for me and my family too.
Wow, that's fantastic, and congratulations to you for getting over that hurdle. Now I'm going to make a guess here. You got a house now.
Yes, I have a house now. And the good news is, you don't believe it, but it's pay off.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's even better news. No, I
Not
do
even
believe it.
better.
I do
It's
believe it. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's fantastic. It's like 7 years ago, we were living in basically in food stamp,
Yeah.
subsidized by the government and all the stuff.
Mhm.
That's why I think the United States is the greatest country in the world, because
Thank
everything
you.
is
Yes.
possible. Everything is possible. If you work hard and do your due diligence and
Yeah.
take responsibility, you will make it. And this is the key: responsible,
Responsibility.
be
Yeah.
able to respond.
Oh, I
So
love that.
you'll be gone.
Yeah. I love that play on words. That makes perfect sense. Don't blame others
And
and respond to doing things. Yeah.
yeah, responsibility. If you don't have the ability to respond, then you can take class, you can be prepared, you can focus and be proactive, all of those good things.
Yeah. So let me ask you this, Rogelio, tell me about today. Are you on a team? Are you a solo agent? What does that look like now?
I am a solo agent. That's how I do. I look forward to grow, and I think that I am in the movement to have a admin or administrator work with me as an assistant. That way, maybe I free up my time a little bit and be able to create a team. So I look forward for that. In the meantime, I'm working toward that to grow, change, and
Nice.
learn.
Yeah. That's fantastic. Now, I would like to ask you about your audience. I'm in Southeast Florida, West Palm Beach. In West Palm Beach, there are over 80 languages spoken around me. I didn't know that until recently. Someone said, no, there's actually 80 languages. I said, man, there must be 25 languages. When I go to the beach, I go fishing, I go to the mall, I talk to people different languages. You and I talked about that before the show a little bit, Russian, Spanish, all these different dialects. So there's over 80 languages spoken. Do you, being in Cleveland, not Ohio, but Tennessee, do you find that, you have a larger market for both English, Spanish, or other languages in that area? And I just have to ask because we had that discussion at the beginning.
Yeah, definitely. We have market for everybody. That is the greatest thing about the United States.
Yeah.
We have opportunity every day, all the time. And
Yeah.
here, when I started in 2015, I think the Hispanic community was about maybe 6% of the community or the population here. Taking in mind that the population in this little city is about 50,000 people.
Yeah.
So we don't have that many Hispanic here, but now we have more 5 years
Right.
later, or 6, 7 years later. Yeah. And my community is basically, my market is about 80-20, 80 probably my client,
Sure.
probably 80% are Hispanic speaker.
Perfect.
And yeah, I'm marketing then. My Facebook, my YouTube, and all of this is in Spanish. So I focus on that.
I was going to make a recommendation. Stay with me for 1 minute after the show today, and I'll make another recommendation to you for the Hispanic community that I think might work for you. But we'll talk about that after the show because we don't want to give all the secrets. Well, that's fantastic. I think I call that playing to your strengths, right? Playing to your strengths because you know what people go through, that are either immigrants or, speak a language, and you know what they go through. And who doesn't want that more, right?
Yeah, basically
that's
when
why you're a consultant. Yeah.
Yeah, when we share it's not just the language, it's the culture, is that you understand the struggle, you been there, and that is when I share with people, hey, I was in food stamp, I want this and that and that. I mean, you and me are equal, so it's not different here. So we understand each other. So I will show you how I did it, and I think you can do it, you can achieve that too. And that gives them a strength, and they start to believe it. And after you believe it, then you start to change behavior. I'm taking action. And that is the key. Once they believe that they can do it, if he did it, he can do it too. Hope,
Right.
you know,
It's a great testimony.
They start to change behavior based on the new paradigm.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, I go through the same thing, and I think I mentioned to you earlier, my my daughter-in-law, my most recent daughter-in-law is from the Dominican Republic, and she's learning a lot of the new, she didn't realize really the way things worked here in the United States, even though she had been here for, 5, 6, 7 years. But then once her and my son married and started going through life, looking to buy a home and things, her belief in what they could achieve has gone from here, boom, through the stratosphere, because she has a hardworking, she's responsible, hardworking, great job, educated, all those good things. And then my soon-to-be daughter-in-law is from Colombia, same thing. Same thing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, went and got
That's
her
awesome.
degree, got her first job, I think making $10 an hour, and now all of a sudden, boom, and why? I love what you said. I'm going to put it on your thumbnail. Response, being responsible, responding. I think that's just genius. I love it. And it doesn't matter if you've immigrated, born here, it doesn't matter. Should always be responsible. Yeah, love it.
Responsible, able to respond.
I love that.
And now, if you check the other word, responsibility is even more deeper. Responsibility,
right?
The ability to respond. If you don't have that ability,
right,
then you can invest your time in training to be responsible.
I'm gonna steal that. I'm gonna steal that from you, Rogelio, because I love it. I love it.
All right.
What does the future look like for you and your team? I also know that you're in Georgia as well, and that's true, correct? You're also
in Georgia. I have license in Georgia, yeah, because we are just 20 minutes from Georgia here. Yeah. So sometimes it's have been very helpful for me to be showing house around. Suddenly buyers see a house that is just cross the board.
Right.
And they say, well, I had to find another agent because I found that this house in Georgia. I say, well, that's a good news. I have a license for Georgia too.
Don't call anybody. That's fantastic. So what does the future look like for you? What are your plans, your ambitions for the next 1, maybe 3, maybe 5 years? What are your goals?
My goal is to be able to share my story and my experience with other agents, inspire them to believe and move forward with their business. That is one thing that I think I would like to share with new agent and seasoned agent. That is possible. It is possible. I started from nothing. My English was terrible. And I come from very humble beginning. Step by step, if we get occupied instead of being preoccupied, we can do greatest thing for the community and for our family, but meaning for ourselves too, because when we grow, we just share, that is, I think collaboration is the new currency today. So I wanted to collaborate with more agents and be able to influence, to do greatest thing for the family, the community, the country, the nation, be better each single day. So share that story.
Great.
Share that story with many agents, many people, to see that everything is possible. We are the greatest time right now. We are in the greatest place to be, the United States, and we are very grateful for it.
That's fantastic. I love your enthusiasm, your positivity. Maybe I'll move from West Palm Beach and come up there to Cleveland and work for you. I love it. Need that kind of positivity everywhere we go. Let me ask you this. I want to give you the opportunity to talk a little bit about your community there in Tennessee. talk about the Cleveland, Tennessee area and really what people should see, or what is it? What's the draw to that area, and where are you near geographically, the whole 9 yards?
Oh yeah. Cleveland, in Tennessee is a small town, which we are rich of a lot of mountains. We have river, we have lakes, waterfall. It's really beautiful. It's not that boring like Florida.
Yeah.
Well,
I love your sense of humor too, but because that was funny. That was funny.
No,
Never a dull moment in Cleveland, Tennessee, but Florida, oh man, put you to sleep.
Man, if you're driving in Florida, I mean, you can put a cruise control and go there. And here, no, here you have curve, you have up, you have down.
Yeah, we're pretty much like one big swamp, but right in the middle of that swamp, we have the happiest place on earth, and then a billion miles of beaches, and that's all anybody seems to care about. So
yeah, I know.
Right. You're right.
And the weather.
Yeah, it is 83 degrees, and I live right on the water. So just for you, Rogelio, as soon as this taping's over, I'm gonna go out and get in the water. And feel how funny it is. No, it sounds like a beautiful place, Cleveland. I mean,
we have a national forest park here, the Cherokee, the Smoky Mountain. We are close to Chattanooga, just 20 minutes from Chattanooga, which is a gorgeous place for visitors. Yep. And it's a wonderful place. When thing happens in Florida, hurricane or something, people come for just because something happened there.
Right.
A lot of them stay around here. That have been very true about when people discover this place around here in Tennessee. Very good.
Yeah, it's a very beautiful place. I have lots of people I work with in real estate out of Tennessee. Some of them you'll probably know. We'll talk about after the show's over. I'm sure you know a few of them. They're also with eXP and things like that. So how would someone get in touch with you, Rogelio?
Well, my phone number 423-999-6986. Wow, very easy. 423-999 6986.
6986. Okay, and we'll put that in the liner notes too, so people can find that. So something I always do, Rogelio, is I let you have the last word. I always say you're the hit record and I'm just the DJ, and I'm playing the hits, and that's you.
Well, I can share that eXP have been very helpful for me. I'm joined eXP 3 years ago.
Congratulations.
And 3 years ago, so far I had 3 icon as a solo agent. Have been a very unique helpful goal for me. When I was in my very first 4 years as a real estate agent, I was selling maybe 3 million, 4 million the most. And then I switched to eXP because the inspiration and the motivation to get that icon, I switched to 10 million sales. So that have been wonderful, closing like 40 to 50 transactions by each year for the last 3 years. And I think that we have a great opportunity at eXP, and we have the vehicle to make this possible. I think any agent can do it. If I did it, you can do it. So don't give up. This time is when a lot of agents have to shine instead of be a secret agent.
Right.
We cannot be a secret agent anymore. We have to actually shine.
There you go.
Work for it. Work for it. You can do
it. Be responsible.
We can do it. Be responsible. That has been a very good thing for me, because I grew up in the street. Basically, my father never recognized me as a son, and my mom was with another man that I had to go out someone else with 6 more children, yada yada yada. But some way somehow I finished my high school and make it. Here we are. So most people just complain about the past and live in the past, living that kind of life. That's not good. So they say, well, I don't have success because of my spouse, because the government, because it's the situation, the interest rate, whatever you name it. But when you take responsibility and say, okay, what I can do about it?
Yes.
What book I can read about it? What certification I can take right now that make me add more value to me, that somebody else will be willing to work with me because I am able to provide that service. So responsible, able, and I'm able to deliver it.
Right.
And you are the competition, nobody else.
Yeah.
You think that we have 2 million agents? Forget about it. It's you.
Yeah. There you go. Right. Great advice, Rogelio. Thank you so much for being on the program. I've really enjoyed it. I look forward to catching up with you maybe next 3, 6, 9 months and seeing how things are in Cleveland, not Ohio, Tennessee. Thank you so much and have a great rest of the week.
Thank you.